Hey guys, welcome to another Halo live stream. Today we're going to be talking about Halo Infinite and the update they just released, which is super exciting. Now I've never actually done a live stream like this, and so I figured let's try something new, see how this goes. But I just took a quick look at the Halo Infinite update that they gave us today with the new Zeta Halo updates, and I gotta say I'm super excited for this. So we're gonna take a look at some of the stuff that they did, that released to us, some of the images that they released to us. So hopefully you guys can see this. Like I said, I've never done this before with my monitor. But it looks like it should be showing up just fine through the live stream. So this is definitely new territory for me, new technology. So I'm trying to get used to it here. But anyways, the hype cannot be contained. I'm super excited for this, and I'm sure that you guys are here as well. I'm sure you guys have already taken a look at this and are as blown away as I am. But it's just so exciting to finally get some Halo Infinite news once again. That it just feels like it's been forever since we had any, and I'm just finally glad we're getting that news to quench our thirst once again, so we can fall in love with Halo all over again. But here we are in another update, and this one's just all about Zeta Halo and how it brings the Halo universe to life for Halo Infinite. And to be honest, after reading through this, it sounds super exciting, and I can't wait till we learn more about it, see some actual gameplay of it. That's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait to just get my hands on it to play it. I just really want to play it out and see what it's like when you're actually in game. It's so exciting. So first off, it just starts with some of the people that work there, the employees for 343. One of them is Justin Dinge. It looks like he's a campaign art lead for Halo Infinite. Troy Mashburn, sandbox lead for Halo Infinite. And then John Mulkey, looks like world design lead for Halo Infinite. So they just asked them a few questions about the Zeta Halo with Halo Infinite. And we got a picture of Zeta Halo right here. And we're going to zoom in on this. Hopefully you guys can see this well. But I got to say, it brings back Halo for me. That's what it brings back. When I see this, I just think of the back to the roots of Halo CE, where we all fell in love with it at the very start of it, and I just get so excited when I see this. You can see that obviously it looks like a Halo. You can see some water in there, some land, and then also trees, vegetation in there. But you can also tell that it's broken up, and that just makes you wonder, why is it broken up? What's going on? How exactly did this happen? Who did this? Where is this going to lead the story? So it's super exciting. A lot of questions arise just from this one image, but it just feels like Halo looks like Halo, and it is Halo. So it's pretty dang awesome, and I can't wait to actually get onto that ring and explore for ourselves to see what it's going to be like. But that's the first image that they released for us for the Zeta Halo there. We did see a little bit of that in the trailer or the July demo that they released for us. And then I don't know if you can see that in the Halo 5 ending. I can't remember. But yeah, we saw that in the July demo nonetheless. And it's so exciting, though. I don't know if we can see anything if we zoom in on this. Probably not too much. It just seems like there's some debris in space here. Nothing too crazy that you can see from this one. But you can definitely tell there's some vegetation, some water going on in this Halo. Just broken up over here. You can't really tell what's going on just based off this photo. But it's pretty dang sweet. Not gonna lie. So I can't wait to see what we find out in this Zeta Halo for sure. It's gonna be amazing. So let's go back to let's actually get out of this one again. Not what I wanted to do. Bear with me. All right, let's get out of here. We'll go to this one, and then we'll scroll down here. Hopefully you guys are having a great night nonetheless. But then they talk about like the sandbox for Halo Infinite and just like their vision for it and that sort of thing. And this is where it gets really exciting for me. They talk about two key themes for Halo Infinite. It says legacy and simplicity. And what it says when it comes to the visual experience we are building for legacy, we want players to feel like they're experiencing a game they remember fondly. So like Halo Combat evolved, but with modernized graphics. So that to me in that sentence is just beautiful, because all of Halo Infinite, it just reminds me of Halo CE and going back to the roots of Halo. And for them to actually want to focus on that, but yet make the graphics more like a modern day shooter at the same time, but still stay true to the roots of what Halo actually is. It's just, to me, it's super exciting. And then it says, as far as simplicity is concerned, we want to ensure that we steer away from overly noisy designs and details, which is a key takeaway from the team coming off of Halo 5 with Halo Infinite. We want to take this new adventure back to its roots and create a visually pleasing experience that doesn't overwhelm with unnecessary complexity or readability, and clear artistic composition prevail. So, I mean, that too is awesome. That the focus on both of those things and the way they describe both of those things is amazing, because it sounds like they're not going to try to do too much to make it look like it's not Halo anymore. They're going to try to stay true to Halo and not go too far, but yet make it beautiful at the same time and give Halo Infinite its own kind of experience, own kind of feel. So I'm super excited for that, and I cannot wait to actually see what it's going to be like. So I don't know if what you guys think about those sentences, that they put in there. If you're excited after reading that as much as I am, but I think that's great that they're focusing on that. I really do. And I can't, go over that enough. I think that they are really trying to stay true to the roots of Halo CE, but put their own Halo Infinite twist to it. So to me, it sounds like it's just going to be that perfect balance of going back to the roots and also with the new visuals and the new feel of Halo Infinite. So definitely super, super exciting. And I can't wait to see what it's actually like in gameplay. It's going to be awesome. I'm just so hyped for this that I can't wait. What else did they talk about? They talk about a super soldier story-driven and spiritual reboot to describe the experiences they want to deliver with Halo Infinite. What it says is story-driven also sounds obvious, but it's a great reminder that we are to tell Chief's story. And spiritual reboot, well, it says more on that below. So those are interesting terms to describe Halo Infinite. It definitely keeps me intrigued on how to experience the campaign. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what they mean by that, but they do describe how they're trying to make it more of a kind of more of like an open world experience for Halo. It's not going to be totally open world, but you're going to have a lot more freedom. But it sounds like you're going to actually be the Spartan that you were supposed to be to go into the combat field and just experience Halo in its glory, Zeta Halo in all of its glory. But you have to be this powerful Spartan that you can be, just to feel like you are Master Chief in this amazing world. So it sounds like it's going to be absolutely incredible. And what they say here is, it's not enough that there are roads connecting various points of interest. We want to make sure there are opportunities for sick jumps where the player can hit when racing along on a mongoose with a marine on the back. We make sure there are opportunities that allow certain weapon choices to shine, opportunities for really satisfying use of equipment options, and opportunities for a well-placed plasma coil to really put a smile across your face. And that is awesome because it sounds like you're going to have so much freedom if you want to just hop on a Warthog and ride around. Again, this is coming back to Halo CE to me, and I'm getting really excited because that's what it's all about for me with Halo. And it reminds this game, all these pictures, all the gameplay that we saw, it just reminds me so much of Halo CE and arriving on the first Halo and just experience it in all of its glory, the Forerunner technology, the Forerunner structures. But you have that awesome world environment as well with the vegetation, the cliffs, and that's what it's bringing back to me, all those Halo CE nostalgia feels. And I'm really, really excited. So here we have the second picture. Looks like we are riding a Warthog, and we got a Marine as a gunner and a Marine as a passenger. And this is just classic Halo. I mean, you see a Warthog, and that is just Halo in its essence. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And seeing those Marines in there, it just reminds me of getting those Marines on your Warthog in Halo CE, and trying to go around the Halo and kill as many Covenant as you can. So that's awesome. It looks beautiful. I think this photo looks absolutely gorgeous. The Warthog itself looks really, really nice. I love the details that are on the tires, and then also the lighting that you can see on the tire right here. I think it looks amazing. And you can just see like the grass down here, those grass blades just coming up. Just the detail. I know it's a work in progress, and this is on PC, but still, it looks incredible in my opinion. You got those Marines sitting in there, and a Chief is driving it. I mean, that in itself is just classic Halo, and I'm so excited. Looks like we got some like green lights over there too with a Forerunner structure. Take a look at this Forerunner structure here real quick. Those are the pillars that it looks like over there, right next to the cliff, coming out of the cliff. You got that awesome Forerunner technology, and just mixed with that beautiful vegetation in there. In the background, we see also more trees, more cliffs that you can explore, and it's just, I don't know, it just looks awesome. It looks like back here too, another Forerunner technology or a Forerunner structure that we can see. It looks really awesome. It reminds me of the Extension map in Halo that you can play on multiplayer. That's what it really reminds me of. But then we got, a tree trunk here, some other flowers mixed in there. Just the vegetation in itself and the landscape just looks amazing. Looks like we got a broken piece of the Halo possibly right here, some kind of debris. There's a ship in the background as well, and just more cliffs in the back, more vegetation. I don't see really much for wildlife in this photo. They did mention that there is some wildlife in some of these photos, but I tried to look for some of them, but I didn't really see much of it. I did see some like birds, but I don't really see like any other land animals or anything that I could spot. But I'm definitely going to take another look at this in greater detail with more time and see if I can find any more like hidden things they might have put in there, or sneaky things that they're trying to get past us. But it's just a gorgeous picture in my opinion. I absolutely love it. I just can't wait to hop on a hog like they are, explore Zeta Halo and all the environments that it has to offer. And it's going to be exciting. I'm super, super excited for it. So it's awesome. That picture is awesome. I'm glad they included that. The headline for that is Rescue Marines, Jump in a Warthog, and Discover Everything Zeta Halo has to offer. That just sounds amazing, honestly. I cannot wait to do that myself as Master Chief. It's going to be incredible. Next, they just go on to like what kind of inspiration they got to make this world come to life. And what they mention is that it just comes from the Pacific Northwest. So I'd imagine it's around Seattle where they get some of that. They said they mentioned it's more of a natural biome with where they go explore the mountains and the forests and the valleys where they get all the inspiration for it. And I think that's cool. They're kind of taking that real life world experience into this game to try to make it as beautiful as possible as the natural world is. So I think that's going to make it feel more real, and I think it's going to represent the beauty of those natural biomes as well. So I'm really excited for that. I think that's a great job. They also mentioned for Halo 5, Planet St. Helios, they got some inspiration from the slot canyons of Zion National Park in Utah. I thought that was interesting. I didn't know that before, but I could definitely see that. It's kind of got that canyon feel, kind of that desolate feel to it. So that was really cool to learn as well. What else did they say in here? They mentioned how they got inspiration from playing the silent cartographer from Halo CE in one of those missions where they had the opportunity to explore it on land by foot or explore it in a vehicle on Warthog. And I would say that mission is absolutely what we are seeing in these photos. That's what it definitely reminds me of. If you guys remember that mission, if you ever played it, that's one of my favorite missions in Halo CE, and I can definitely see where they're coming from. That is definitely a really, really, really fun mission, and for them to get inspiration for that mission into Halo Infinite is super exciting for me because I played that mission so many times, and I'll play it so many more times before Halo Infinite comes out just to see what Halo Infinite's like. But it's awesome that they're getting all this inspiration from Halo CE. And the next photo we have, looks like a Banished Outpost. So it says Banished installations as shown in this concept painting offer a stark contrast to the lush PNW inspired exteriors of Zeta Halo. And it's just a concept art that they showed us. So it's not like in-game footage from the PC or anything. But still, it looks really cool. It definitely looks similar to what we saw in the demo that they showed in the summer. And definitely got that reddish feel to it, with the Banished have. And I don't know, I just can't wait to explore those outposts that the Banished have and take them all down and explore more of the story. Looks like they're looking at a Halo ring in this right here in the middle. And I don't know, it's just I want to know exactly what they're doing on Zeta Halo. I just really am curious to know more about the story, more about where the Banished come in, what their goal is for Halo Infinite. There's just so many unknowns yet in Halo Infinite, but we're just kind of getting a small glimpse of what to experience in Halo Infinite with all these little images that they're giving us. And it's awesome. It answers a few questions, but it also poses a lot more questions that I just really don't know what's going on quite yet. And I'm just so intrigued to learn more. But I thought that was a really cool concept image for looking at the Banished and their structures. So I'm glad they included that one as well. Here is where they talk about the spiritual reboot of Halo Infinite as well. It just goes talking about like the visual design of the Jackals and Grunts are closer to the appearance in Halo 3. Talking about some of like the art directions that they came to with the legacy and simplicity. So I thought that was pretty interesting for them to include that. What else did they say? It says they're working on to deliver on the promise of the original in ways that limitations of the time would not allow the team to fully explore. Zeta Halo invites exploration and discovery, the stories to be found, and player agency in how you utilize a robust sandbox of tools to overcome a mission or encounter right there. And that just sounds awesome. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be totally open world, but you're going to have so much more freedom to experience the awesome sandbox that Zeta Halo is going to offer for you in Halo Infinite and explore different missions. And there is a audio file right here too. It is of Chief and Halsey talking. And so it's really interesting. Very interesting. So if you guys haven't listened to that, I would definitely recommend. I don't know if I can play that through the monitor the way I have it. I don't know if the sound will carry over. It's only like 46 seconds long. We could try. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that or how loud it is. But hopefully you guys can hear that. If not, I do apologize. I'll have to get that fixed.
Message has spread across the galaxy. Most sentient AI are siding with her.
Against us?
Yes. But maybe not you. Tell me, John, what was the last thing she said to you?
She said, goodbye.
Yeah, so there it is. I'm not sure if you guys can hear all that. I hope you could, but it's hard to say. I don't know how that works with the live stream yet, so I do apologize if it's bad. But you can listen to it. It's 46 seconds. If you haven't already, I would definitely recommend. But it's just exciting because it's another element to the Halo Infinite campaign that we just don't know about. And obviously want to learn more about with Dr. Halsey and Master Chief talking about Cortana. So super, super, super exciting. I can't wait to explore more. And I'm so glad they gave us another update. And to experience the Zeta Halo 2, I think that's one of the most intriguing parts of any kind of game that you play. You're going to try to, explore the world as much as you can, as long as the game will allow, and, fall in love with that world. I mean, that's what really makes a game incredible, just being part of that environment. I mean, you remember so much because of the environment. I remember all that from Halo CE. I think they're definitely trying to do that with Halo Infinite, and it sounds like they're doing a really, really great job to do that as well. So I just can't wait to explore it for real. It's going to be awesome. They said that the world that they created for Halo Infinite is very large, and with a finite team size to create it all, we must be strategic in how we build each experience. So it sounds like it's going to be a super, super large world to explore in Zeta Halo. And they do also go on to mention that later on, you can use the Grapple Shot to explore. So instead of, just being like a straight line kind of mission where you just fight through, you're actually going to be able to use the Grapple Shot to explore in so many different ways, to, take advantage of the environment and to attack an outpost. To go over obstacles, just use more creativity of the player. You can also do it with co-op as well, so that's going to be really interesting. But it just sounds like with the implementation of the Grapple Shot into Halo Infinite, it's going to add a whole new element to the campaign and to how you play the story and just how you experience Halo in general that we've never experienced before. So I'm really excited for it. And it sounds like it was challenging for them to do it at first with all the exploration that you can do, but also it's super exciting to see how other players will use that creativity to use the Grapple Shot and explore Zeta Halo. So super, super, super exciting. And I cannot wait to actually see what it does in action. And I'm really excited for it. This is another image that we got. Let's see what it says. It says, Banished Strongholds, as shown in this concept painting, can be approached from nearly any direction with more tactical options than prior Halo games. So that's awesome. It sounds like you can go at it any kind of way that you want. I'm sure the Grapple Shot will have a lot of, you'll determine how you actually go about it. Or if you have a Warthog, maybe you can go through there. A Banshee, just hop into the Banshee and drop on them, take them all out. Either way, it sounds like you're going to have a lot of opportunities to attack these strongholds that they have like never before. And it certainly reminds me of these outposts that we saw in Halo CE, especially on the Arrival of the Halo mission. If you guys remember that one, that's what all these photographs remind me so much of that game and those levels, that I'm super excited because that was a fun one. Love that one. So let's get out of that one. Looks beautiful. Another concept art, not the in-game footage from the campaign on PC, but it's still concept art nonetheless, and just looks really cool. I don't know if you can see any wildlife in this one. I guess I didn't even look, but it looks more like it's the structure with also the cliffs and the vegetation, and also those Forerunner honeycombs that you can see in the background, which seems to be a pretty common theme when it comes to Halo Infinite and Zeta Halo. So that's going to be definitely interesting to explore. So another part that they mentioned for Halo Infinite and Zeta Halo is the time of day lighting system that is active, which I thought was really intriguing. So it sounds like when you go to some area on the map in Zeta Halo, you're gonna like if you go to it during the day, it's gonna be totally different in the way it feels during the night or whenever you experience it next time. And this looks like it's gonna be a nice Forerunner clean structure here, which certainly reminds me of those Halo CE Forerunner structures that we saw. And I'm really excited for that because it looks gorgeous and it's going back to those roots. But if we zoom in on here, you can see it some more, and it just looks amazing. So look at that. And it kind of reminds me too of Halo 3 a little bit, but I would say more Halo CE. It's pretty close to identical with it. And I'm all for it, honestly. It looks awesome. Looks absolutely amazing. Oh, there's some wildlife right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that where my cursor is. Looks like there's some kind of maybe birds or some birds to the right here. Some kind of, I don't know, rodent? It's hard to say exactly what it is. But it looks like some kind of wildlife there to the right. I don't know exactly what that is. But that's like one of the first ones that I've seen so far. So that's awesome. Looks like there's a bird in the sky there. Not entirely sure. There's kind of like a streak, a black streak. Who knows what it is. But nonetheless, this just goes to show you, the different aspects you can have with the lighting that's available in Zeta Halo. Like you can see here, it's nice and bright. Looks like it's during the day. You get those different shadows, the shade in the background here and in the forefront. And it looks awesome. And then they do also have some other photos here that you can see the different times of days and the lighting. And during the night as well. You can just see how the shadows and the lightings change across the entire landscape and the structures as the day and the night approach. And it looks incredible, honestly. It looks gorgeous. This Zeta Halo and the vegetation on it looks absolutely gorgeous. And just from one picture to the other, just even during the day, you can just see the lighting and the shadows and the tones, how just different it is compared to one another. And it's really awesome. I mean, you can even look at just the clouds; those are changing too. It's quite amazing, and I think that's going to play a big factor in, just playing through the campaign. It's going to be awesome. So I can't wait to experience it. Here we have some nighttime photos here. You can see in this one, in the sky, there's all, you can see the galaxy. You can see stars. It looks incredible. Honestly, it looks incredible. For them to have that kind of detail in Zeta Halo, it's going to be mind-boggling. And I think a lot of people are going to just fall in love with the environment in Zeta Halo. So I cannot wait to experience it. Let's check out these other last two here. Yeah, like we got some more stars in the sky. It's just the different lighting and the different tones that you have, different shades. It just looks incredible. I'm blown away, and I can't wait to see what it's going to be like in-game, especially on PC. PC is obviously going to be taking advantage of that, and it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. I think these pictures do look gorgeous. I'm sure it'll look amazing on the Xbox Series X as well, and probably really good on the Xbox Series X. Not so good at probably on the Xbox One, but I'm sure they'll do a good job to make it as best as they can on all those consoles so everybody can experience it. And then here we have some other, looks like wildlife here, or whatever that is. I don't even know. Looks like maybe some Covenant that's down there and underneath that Forerunner structure. It's hard to tell from this far away, but it looks like another nighttime photo and another just a gorgeous photo of these Forerunner structures and the environment for Zeta Halo. It looks absolutely incredible. Look at the detail of the vegetation, the rocks, and the trees. Obviously, this is all going to change as time goes on, and we're going to see different aspects of Zeta Halo, and the graphics are going to change with different lighting, all this stuff. So it's not completely finished, but I gotta say it's looking really, really good, and they're doing a good job to make it feel like we're playing Halo CE, but also with a new Halo in Halo Infinite. So I'm just, like I said, I'm super, super excited to get my hands on this, and I can't wait to play test this. It's going to be so exciting to experience that Halo for the first time. I think the entire Halo community is going to be excited to get their hands on it, to play for the first time. So yeah, and then they go on to experience how Zeta Halo is a character in itself in Halo Infinite, such as like the Chief, the Pilot, and Iscarum. So it sounds like it's going to be a huge part of the campaign for Halo Infinite, which I think is awesome. I think that they're focusing on that is going to be awesome because it's going to be a huge part of it. You're going to be explore so many different areas of it. They do also mention like you can go in different caves, scale different cliffs, go on these different Forerunner structures, these different outposts, explore the sky with the Banshee, explore the ground with Warthog. just so many different opportunities and creativity for players to enjoy Zeta Halo in all its glory. So it's going to be awesome, and everything that they described about it, it just gets me more and more excited to do it. So they go on to say here that you're going to just want to explore it because of the different things they have available for you to explore. So they say there are missions that will pull you through the golden path of the primary narrative, but more than any previous game, we're breaking down the walls to create a more open play space, offering exploration and discovery. What is that odd tower in the distance? I see a smoke signal over that ridge. What is the source of the odd hum? Go find out. There are entire stories to be discovered. So they describe the experience as Halo Unleashed, because it's all the experiences and stories you love from Halo presented in a world where you have so much more freedom to explore and discover unexpected adventures. So sounds like there's going to be so many different opportunities and so many different things that you can discover in Zeta Halo that you'll want to go discover because you'll be intrigued of what you're seeing, and just experience Zeta Halo, the different environments, the different stories that you can explore aside from the main story of Halo Infinite's campaign. So I think that's going to be awesome. It's going to give a lot of players more freedom, just more creativity to, see what they can find and explore the story more for Halo. So it's going to be awesome. And then they go on to describe the Grapple Shot and how it changes the way people are going to play the game. They mention it sometimes as like kind of like a clamber that you have in Halo 5 now, that you're going to want to miss the Grapple Shot if you don't play Halo Infinite. It's going to be like clamber when you're using it. So when you play like Halo 4 nowadays, you miss playing clamber in Halo 5 because you're just so used to that fluid movement. That the Grapple Shot's going to be like that as well. And when you get done with playing Halo Infinite, you're going to want every Halo game to have the Grapple Shot in it. So I think that's going to be awesome. It sounds like it's going to be really exciting. But it just sounds like the Grapple Shot is going to bring a lot of creativity into the Halo universe. And I'm really curious to see how this is going to play, not only in the campaign, but also in multiplayer. It sounds like it's going to be different from the campaign than it is going to be in multiplayer. I'm not sure how much, but nonetheless, it sounds like you can do so many different things with the Grapple Shot, like get weapons pulled towards you, fusion coils. You can hijack Banshees with it. You can throw fusion coils at enemies with it. You can do so many different things, scale different environments, that it's just going to change the way we've known about Halo. And I'm all for it, honestly. I'm really curious to see how it's going to play. I hope that it's not going to be something like, the Spartan Charge or the Ground Pound, where it becomes, or Armor Lock in that regard as well for Halo Reach, in that it's not going to be annoying to use. But I don't think, the way they describe it anyway, I know that you got to hype it up, and they're trying to, sell this game as much as they can. But I don't think it's going to be something like that. I really think the Grapple Shot, it's going to be something that it's just going to be, part of Master Chief, and you're going to absolutely want to use it every single time. That's what it feels like to me anyway, than the way they describe it. So the only way to actually really know is obviously to play it ourselves, get our hands on it. But it sounds like it's going to be a great addition to the Halo Infinite campaign, and I'm super, super excited to actually give it a go. This image right here, this one is my favorite by far of the one that they've released for Halo Infinite. It says, explore the mysteries of Zeta Halo the way you want, taking full advantage of an expanded sandbox featuring familiar weapons alongside brand new additions. So here we have the beautiful Spartan Sniper. I mean, it just looks absolutely incredible. I just love this picture so much. So you can kind of get a view of the HUD as well. I'm sure this will change, maybe a little bit. Maybe they'll keep it for the most part. I really don't know. It's just a work in progress. But I gotta say, it looks clean. I really like the way that it looks. You have the radar, looks like in the left bottom corner here, and then it looks like you have your different weapons that are listed on the right bottom. And I think they said you can have actually 4 different, what was it called? Like the Grapple Shot. You can have the drop wall. I think that's what it's called. 4 of those different ones in hand, so you can actually really experience, the campaign using all these different technologies that they implemented in the game. So I thought that was really interesting. Right here, we see some other ones. I think that's the drop wall, or maybe a grenade. It's hard to say. I'm not entirely sure what that is. And then it looks like some kind of like a radar or something like that. But you can notice that there's two different aspects of it right here. You can maybe go through one of them and use it up, and then you get the next one. I really don't know. It's hard to say. But I thought that was interesting because it gives you a more idea of what what things are implemented in this game. And again, we don't really know what they are, but it's going to be really interesting. I think that's a drop wall, but again, I'm not sure. And then this looks like it's going to be the secondary. I'm assuming that's going to be the pistol. Maybe that's the one that we saw in the July demo. I have no idea, but it certainly looks like it could be. So I'm interested to see what that weapon is. And of course, sniper rifle, how many shots you have in it. And it just looks beautiful. I think it looks amazing. Looks like a classic Halo Spartan Sniper rifle. And they do have the cursor up here too. It's kind of hard to see. But it just looks awesome. I think just the entire photograph here that they have, the screenshot of the campaign, it just shows how gorgeous Halo Infinite is. And I absolutely love everything about this photo. It just looks amazing in my opinion, because to me it just feels like classic Halo. I mean, you have the sniper rifle, you have the Warthog right here, then you have the Forerunner structure in the background in this awesome, aesthetically pleasing environment with trees, water, you have rocks over there. You got the Forerunner technology in the back as well with those honeycombs, the awesome blue sky, the great detail in the grass and just the gravel, the water. It just looks amazing. And this is by far my favorite image of Halo Infinite that we've seen so far. And I just can't wait to get my hands on it to learn more. But the HUD, I think, looks really clear, really clean. And I hope that they keep it. I do. I'd love to know what you guys think, though, about the HUD. If you guys think it looks really good, too. There's obviously the shield that you can recharge in Halo Infinite. And so I think that's about all that we can see for the HUD. It looks like there's like a meter, a distance right there. And I think that's about it that I can see in the HUD in this picture anyway. Yeah, I'm just trying to take a look. But yeah, it looks pretty clean. Looks pretty awesome, I got to say. And then there's the grapple shot, of course, on Master Chief right there. So pretty awesome picture. And this is a gorgeous picture in my opinion. I think a lot of people probably like this one too. Amazing. I'd love to know what you guys think about this picture though. And what your favorite picture is of the ones that they've released in Halo Infinite so far. Cannot wait to actually be in that moment in the campaign and experience that part of it. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, let's keep on going here. Then they go on to describe what impact does co-op have on the gameplay experiences across Zeta Halo. So this is obviously an interesting part. It's going to be a huge part of the campaign. But I think what they're trying to talk about here is just how like the freedom of it, not a free roam game, but just the freedom of having that grapple shot, more of that open world kind of Zeta Halo for you to explore, is definitely going to change with a co-op experience, because you're going to be able to use a lot of creativity together to explore this world and experience the campaign. And I think that's awesome, because you're going to be playing it, as single player in one way, in one aspect, to experience it in that way. But I think you can play it as co-op, and it's going to be totally different for you. And so I just think it's going to be awesome. And we're probably going to see people team up to do who knows what in it. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and we don't even know, half of what's in this game yet. So who knows what the experiences are going to be like. But I think it's going to be awesome. And, for them to address this and just give us a little bit hint of what to experience with co-op, it just makes me excited. And again, it's coming back to those roots of Halo where co-op was so popular. And I don't know why they ever took it out of Halo 5. I mean, I know why, but I wish they wouldn't have, because everybody loved it so much. I know that I personally grew up playing co-op Halo all the time with my siblings. So, for them to bring that back as well, it's just another thing to be excited about for Halo Infinite, honestly. And to be able to use those different, those weapons, those abilities that you can use in Halo Infinite, it's just going to be amazing. So, super excited for that as well. And then they just mentioned what we can look forward to ahead as they launch the game this fall. And a lot of what they're talking about here is just making sure that the game is as clean of bugs as possible and free of bugs, so that there's none of that when it gets shipped, which I think is super important nowadays. We have seen what that does in the past with other games such as Cyberbug, Halo MCC. I mean, we definitely don't want that kind of experience with Halo Infinite, especially the way that 343 has had their reputation with the Halo games that they've released. So I'm glad that they're addressing this, and they're taking their time to make sure all of the bugs and everything are going to be fixed. I really hope that there's not going to be any. There might be some, who knows. But for them to take their time to make sure that it's going to be as clean as possible and as fluid as possible and 100% as possible, I think it's super important nowadays. And to get that consumer trust back is really important. And I think 343 definitely needs to focus on that with the way that they've released some games in the past for sure. So it's really exciting to hear them talk about this. I can't wait to see what this game has in store for us, honestly. But yeah, it just seems like when you read more and more about these updates from these different employees from 343, it sounds like most of their experiences that they're and their inspiration that they're getting for Halo Infinite is coming from Halo Combat Evolved mostly. And I think that's awesome because to me, Halo CE had such a fun campaign. I mean, that's where you fell in love with the campaign, with the franchise. And for them to come back to the Master Chief, Cortana, and the Halo story with Halo Infinite, I think it's going to be amazing. Honestly, I think it's going to please a lot of people, a lot of those OG Halo players, and provide something new to those new Halo players, though. So I can't tell you how excited I am for this game. I really, really am. And I'm glad they're focusing on bringing it back to the roots, honestly. Looks like they're also trying to focus on like the graphics of the game to prioritize that, make it look as good as possible, which is also extremely, extremely important for this game. So I hope that it looks, I really, really hope that it looks as good as possible on all the consoles. I hope that they don't treat the Xbox One version, as just something that they really don't care about. But it sounds like they're just trying to take their time to make sure that it's going to be an incredible experience for all players on all consoles and also on PC, of course. So excited about that. And then they do also get a paragraph here from Joseph Staten, who talks about the campaign a little bit more. Here's another photo, though, of Banshees. So we're definitely going to take a look at this one. Capture Banshee and fly to a floating ring fragment across a gap of stars. Okay, that sounds amazing. I definitely will do that. So here we have some Banished Banshees, looks like. And they're flying in the sky here. And you can just see in the background, you have the Zeta Halo. Just over there, it looks gorgeous. I mean, that is just the classic Halo experience that you want to be experiencing right there. But here's the Banished Banshee. And it looks awesome. Honestly, it looks amazing. It definitely looks different than the other Banshees that we've seen. But you definitely got that reddish tinge to it that identifies the Banished. And, I mean, it's a Banshee. That's Halo. So it's going to be awesome to be able to explore Zeta Halo in a Banshee. Just looking at the environment some more. Looks like we got a ship in the background. Some more of these, structures in the background, especially down here. Not entirely sure what this is. This is more Forerunner technology. Also right here, some more Forerunner technology on this cliff. Possibly back here as well. Maybe some more of those honeycombs that you can see. What else can we see? Another Forerunner structure right here. I'm trying to see if we can find any more like wildlife on this one. This one, though, it definitely gives you a good experience of the entire environment of Halo Infinite, and just how open world it will feel, and just the size of it as well. I think that gives you a good idea of what to experience when you're in there. Because if you just, look how far you can look on in the distance, and you can just see the Zeta Halo environment and all these different structures that you can probably explore. I would imagine you can probably explore all these and scale all these cliffs using the Grapple Shot or going to Warhog, going to Banshee. Just experience Zeta Halo for all that it is. So it's awesome. It's super exciting. I love this picture as well. It looks beautiful to show that landscape off really nicely. I don't see any more wildlife, though. Not in this one anyway. There's maybe something, some other Forerunner crates or something, or Banished Covenant crates. I'm not sure down there. It's hard to tell in this picture because it's a little more far away. But you can just see the different elements of the environment. You got some canyons. You got some cliffs. So it's awesome. Really exciting. I can't wait to experience it. And to be in a Banshee as well. Who doesn't want to do that? It's going to be awesome. I think that's the last photo that they provided as well. Yeah, and Joseph Staten, he just gives us another little update of what he thinks to experience in Halo Infinite campaign. And, the way he describes it, it's like it's going to be an amazing game. I just can't wait to give it a go. So he says that Halo Infinite's campaign doesn't have a crafting system. It says, however, and you won't spend time hunting and skinning animals to make better gear for Master Chief. Spartans wear Majoral asset armor. They don't need leather boots. So I think that's going to be cool. You're just going to stay true to Master Chief's armor. No crafting system, that sort of thing. And honestly, I'm okay with that because I don't think Halo needs a crafting system. I don't think it should have a crafting system. And I'm not sure a lot of people would enjoy that because that's not what really Halo is. So yeah, it sounds, like they're just saying true to Halo once again. So I'm excited about that. I definitely cannot complain. They also say, let's see what else he says. What you will spend time doing is plummeting from a rocky overlook into the heart of an enemy patrol, eliminating their leader with a well-stuck plasma grenade, using your grapple shot to pull his power weapon off the ground into your hands, and then empty his magazine into the rest of the patrol, scattering the nearby wildlife back into their burrows. Awesome. It says, which is to say, we've designed Halo Infinite so that you're freer than you've ever been to do what Spartan super soldiers do best: survey a battle space, plan your attack, engage the enemy, deal with whatever surprises the sandbox throws your way, and then rearm for the next battle. I mean, the way he describes it right there, that sounds exactly like you want to be when you're Master Chief and going into the battle, experience Zeta Halo, and taking on those Covenant, the Banished, and who knows what else is in there. So it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And then lastly, he describes, he says, what's different this time is that you have more freedom than ever before to choose your path through the world, follow a hidden cave system into a well-guarded fortress, wind your Warthog through a fog-filled mountain pass, capture a Banshee, and fly to a floating ring fragment across a gap of stars. A strong narrative remains at the heart of the Master Chief's adventure, and your journey between story missions is entirely up to you. So then, what kind of game is Halo Infinite? It's the most open and adventure-filled Halo game ever. It's a Halo game we could only dream about making 20 years ago, and we can't wait for you to explore it. Again, the way he describes it, it sounds amazing. Gonna get a nice open world Halo Infinite game to explore. Gonna be different missions, different weapons, different enemies, different wildlife. It just sounds like something brand new that we're gonna experience in the Halo franchise, in the story. And it's just, all those things together are just gonna make the story that much better, that experience that much better. And I just feel like this is gonna be a game that you're gonna just wanna invest so much time into explore, to see what is all out there, what kind of a story it has, how to use different weapons, how to use different vehicles, and just experience it for all that it has to offer. So I'm super excited, and I'm so glad that they gave us another update, because what they described here and the images that they showed, like I said, I keep going back to it, but I just am really glad that they go back to it, because it just feels like Halo CE more than anything, in my opinion. But also with that new armor look for Halo Infinite, the new Halo Infinite feel for the weapons and vehicles with a new detail. But it just comes back to the roots for Halo CE. And that's what really gets me most excited, because that's going back to the heart of the Halo franchise. And I think they strayed away from that for a while, especially with 343. Obviously that's a little more challenging for them to come into a franchise that already has its own story, and to build upon that. It's not easy, but I think they're definitely taking the feedback from the community and the players in the past of Halo 4 and Halo 5, and trying to remedy that and come back to the roots of Halo with Halo Infinite. And it just gets me excited. I cannot wait to play this game. I think this is going to be one of the best Halo games to play based off what I'm seeing. And I just can't wait till we learn more about this game, experience it with the flighting, and then also experience it in real time as the game releases. And also, we don't even know about the multiplayer either. So there's a whole nother aspect of this game we have no idea about. That's the multiplayer. But right now, let's just focus on the campaign, what they're giving us. I'm glad they're finally giving us another update for this. It's super exciting, and I cannot wait to play it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that live stream of some updates on Halo Infinite. Like I said, I've never done this before. Hopefully it worked out for you guys as well, and you can see my monitor no problem. It's something that I've never done before, but I think it's fun, to do this and just show my excitement for Halo Infinite. So hopefully you guys are excited as I am for Halo Infinite. I'm sure you are. But if you watch this and you have some thoughts about it, please do let me know. What do you guys think about all the photos that they released, what they're describing for Halo Infinite in the sandbox, using the different weapons and the different vehicles? Please do let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys and what you think of these updates and the way that Halo Infinite is headed. So that's going to be it for me for the live stream. I can't thank you guys enough for watching. I really do appreciate it. The hype is building for Halo Infinite. I'm super, super excited, and I cannot wait to learn more. It's going to be amazing. So thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for watching. Let's keep that hype going for Halo Infinite. And every day we're getting one day closer to it being released, and it's going to be amazing. So thank you guys once again for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.